Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Most people play this game in order to win the map. Some may just play for stats. I mostly play to annoy other players. Today's target is going to be pilots. These guys are some of my favorite targets. Some of these guys have been playing for over 20 years. They're excellent at the game. They take it very seriously. I'm talking complete setups with rudder pedals, joysticks, a little map on the wall of the entire game world. Some probably even wear those little leather caps, I like to imagine. What could be more annoying than spawning into your hangar, instantly getting blown up by the silliest, weakest vehicle in the game? Sure, it might take a little bit of time to drive across the map to visit whatever airfield they're using. And of course, you might not always be successful. You might instantly get blown up as soon as you show up. But with a little bit of pre-planning and of course practice, you can usually increase your odds of success. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what I did today. Feel free to use some of these ideas or even share some of your own down in the comments. Your main threats are going to be the paratrooper spawn on the airfield and the enemy whenever they spawn in tanks to try to waste you. Most airfields have an army base right on the premises of the airfield. That means they can spawn in a tank and stop you almost instantly. However, there are a few different airfields that don't have army bases on the premises. For example, S-Hert. Before any Eurobros scoff at me, I'm just not able to pronounce this town's name. My brain's been degraded by a lifetime of McDonald's as an American. So you found the airfield that you're wanting to target. Go ahead and do a little bit of pre-planning. Try to map out where the AT guns are. You're also going to want to pre-plan an escape route for whenever they eventually arrive there with the tank. Once we're a little under 2 kilometers away from the airfield, we're going to want to stop and look around with the commander for a little bit, just to verify there's no planes in the general area. We want to do this because as we get closer to the town, the early warning system is going to be set off. We don't want any planes in the general area when that happens. Alright, I've already made sure the coast is clear. I've already slipped into the airfield. I'm set up. As soon as I get there, I realize that I went a little too autistic with placing marks on my map. I'm trying to delete some of those, and as I'm doing it, a plane spawns in. Just going to go ahead and enhance this gameplay experience real quick. That should do it. Gameplay experience enhanced. I know it looks like it's all fun and games, but you gotta be careful. For example, this one here just technically went airborne. Close call. I edited the footage down to make it a little bit shorter to watch here, but keep in mind, when I'm out here, I'm not just sitting in my gun sight view the whole time. I'm actually my commander using binoculars and using free look to look around. You don't want anybody to sneak up on you. You only want to jump into the gun sight view whenever you're actually going to have to shoot the gun. You're going to want to constantly scan that paratrooper spawn building every once in a while. Preferably you want to be able to see them through the windows before they even get a chance to exit the building. You're also going to want to constantly be listening out to be able to hear when they're sending that vehicle your way. Usually what they do is they take the biggest tank they can get and bring it out to kill you. Why do they not choose an armored car? I have no clue. You would think that they would choose something that would allow them to have a fun battle, because experiences like this in the game are usually rare. Why not take advantage of it? But no, we want to choose the biggest tank that the armored car camp in the airfield has no chance of killing. Nice. But don't worry, I already have a plan. Those people also get trolled as well. You'll see soon. Check out Top Gun here trying to deploy his afterburners to get away from me. Not happening today, Ace. By the way, complete display of CRS bias. We don't get the ME-262, but they get jets. By the way, if you notice on this one here, there's like that dark orange/red old school style graphics fire animation. That counts as a kill as well, so if you see that, you don't have to keep shooting at it. Whoa, that escalated quickly. Alright, we've been here for about 15 to 20 minutes. They finally decided to send the tanks I can hear right now. Sounds like a pretty big one. Not 100% sure, but it's definitely not an armored car or anything that I can probably take out. Now keep in mind, we know that the vehicle spawn is pretty far away. The audio of the tank just kicked in, so he's still quite a ways out. I'm just going to go ahead and head out early to make it easier for me. Now if you recall on the map earlier, we had that AT gun mark. I'm going to go ahead and take that thing out now. because if we keep heading on our escape route, it's going to start shooting at us. Even as I'm escaping the area, I'm still in my commander's seat, and I'm still using free look. If I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't realize this dude just spawned in, and I wouldn't have been able to enhance his gameplay experience. Unacceptable. Gameplay experience status enhanced. You're probably saying, hey, wait a minute. I thought you said you were going to troll this tank somehow. Well, there's a lot of different ways that you could troll the tank. But in this particular case, what I'm going to do is drive pretty far out of town, go hide in a shrub for a while, alt-tab, read some websites, maybe go grab a drink. Basically, I'm just not going to be playing the game. What's this guy going to be doing? Well, after a 5 to 10 minute drive from town, he's going to be sitting on the airfield looking for me. Sounds fun. But on a serious note, this guy knew that I was here in a 232. He knows that I have zero chance of killing pretty much 90% of the tanks. If he would have spawned like an armored car or even a light tank, he would still have a huge advantage over me. But I would have stuck around and had a decent fight with him. I make my way back to the airfield. I'm pretty cautious on the approach, using my commander, binoculars and stuff, because sometimes there's a weirdo that's like, hey, maybe this is that guy that goes and hides, and sits there and waits for like 20, 30 minutes just to be able to kill you. So don't just charge back in there. Scope it out first. So anyways, I was just going to get back to blasting, but remember, we came here because we wanted to kill real pilots. You know the kind I'm talking about. The kind that probably wear like a scarf and shit when they're playing the game. No real pilot's gonna be constantly respawning in and constantly be blasted like those dudes that we seen in the clip earlier. Sure, maybe they will spawn in once and get blasted, but they're not gonna keep trying it over and over. A real pilot's gonna either completely avoid you, not even use the airfield, or they're gonna scope the area out and try to blast you. This guy potentially struck me as being a real pilot. And what I came here for, and what I always come here for, is to have an awesome fight in an awesome setting. I mean, think about it. We're way behind the enemy lines. We're all by ourselves. Or maybe we have a friend with us. I don't know. It just seems cool. I mean, check this fight out here. I'm not sure if this dude just ran out of ammo or if his plane was about to blow up because I dumped so much MG into him, but that was a pretty cool fight in my opinion. It was a lot of fun. I made some mistakes. He may have even made some mistakes. I don't know, it was just cool to me. It's not going to be every single time you go out and try this that you get a pretty awesome fight like that. Sometimes you'll instantly get killed on the first strafe, and hold that thought for a second. Since I'm missing some tires, I gotta turn this car so I can get an angle in order to enhance this guy's gameplay experience real quick. Alright, that should be just, yep, that's enhanced. As I was saying, making this video gave me an idea of a new series where I do a quick breakdown and analysis of an encounter where things went wrong on my end and spotting mistakes that I made and how to fix those mistakes. If that sounds good to you, then check back. If you got clips of yourself that you want to submit to the series, then send them over. Oh, and by the way, get a load of this heavily armed vulture here. This dude just spent 5 minutes to drive all the way out here with a vehicle that he knows that I have zero chance or ability of killing. This guy's just not going to get a good fight ever. He's just going to come and get scraps, just like he's getting right now. Do you think he's going to remember this tomorrow? At least it beats last time where I sat out here for 5 or 20 minutes waiting for him to come back. Is this the type of guy that you want to be? Alright, later dudes.